guys was walking past and he had some freeze pops. I said popsicle. He had some freeze pops in his hand. I'm like, damn, I ain't had no freeze pops in a long time. A long time. My old healthy ass. But then the first thing I said was like, I said, Dad, I need to go make some popsicles. That was my thought. Like, I'm that woman. Like, hey, I was like, hey, that took me back to the 90s. Like, you walking past, eat with a popsicle, with a freeze pop that you eat, and then one that you just holding on. I was like, what brand is that? Because I don't remember the freeze pop brand. How you doing? That we used to have when we was kids, but it literally, in that 1 second, threw me back to a damn memory. It took me back to the 90s. Oh, that shit was gold. And then my ass over here, like, man, I need to be out of here. Why am I still here? Where is my wealthy man? By now he watching me, and you already know that, like, I'm the one. It was a bunch of y'all. So why am I still here? Because the one I'm waiting for him to walk up to my damn door. I know it ain't that hard for you to find me, figure out who I am, where I live at. You done touch people that I know or something. Shit. I know I'm special. Whatever it is, anybody else think I know I'm special. So therefore, I think the whole world know I'm special. That's why it's been so silent, because everybody breathless, everybody in shock, everybody in awe, because they watching the butterfly come from this cocoon. She emerging. We hit all these damn lands, all these people, all these languages, touched all this currency, and took all of this damn world in less than a year. The girl from St. Clair. That's what I said my book was gonna be. One of my unfinished books that I got in there when I first started traveling. I said my book was gonna be. The book is titled because I started writing it. Traveling on the St. Clair budget, and then I remember Mona saying something to me about like St. Clair not being like maybe I should name it something different because St. Clair, something she was saying like pretty much. I figured she was saying like I might want to be more inclusive. No, I was like shit. We in America, everybody got a damn St. Clair, or it's a St. Clair somewhere in everybody's world. Like shit, everybody got something that's hard somewhere. Everybody got a St. Clair in my mind. And I don't know if that like was profound or not, but it just came through. I ain't never thought of that damn conversation. That shit was just so normal to me. And that's what I titled my book. Traveling on the St. Clair budget, because my ass got a St. Clair budget, and it wasn't just representative of the money, it was representative of the struggle, like the desire, the dreams, the hope, the everything. And then on the flip side, everything that like these niggas was making us be in some capacity or another. Because like why the fuck I gotta have a St. Clair budget? Because that shit is true, like, for whatever it is, whether I think I'm bad or I think I'm good. Like, nigga, I got a St. Clair budget and I'm trying to have a Bel Air budget, a basketball player budget. Like, nigga, why I gotta have a St. Clair budget and why my girl gotta travel on a fucking St. Clair budget? You don't see her over there? You don't see what a miracle she is? Why the fuck is she traveling the world on the St. Clair budget? And I'm gonna watch her do it. I'm gonna watch her do it because I want to see how the fuck we can make this shit happen. If she could do this shit, oh, we could turn this shit into a business. We gonna be making money. And she ain't gonna tell nobody shit because she don't never talk to nobody. Not on purpose. Not on purpose. She got a lot to say. I know she do. I read her damn book. hmm I watch her. I listen to her. I'm like, damn, one way or another, like, she gonna make shit happen for her. Her way. Cause I see stuff different. Like we different. I mean, that's my girl. Like, oh, I love her so much. Love Nikki. And it's been something watching her transition. Like, man, I love her. And she don't even understand how, like, how much. Like, she like so full of life and yet so hollow. Yet filled with and like life. And she lightweight, still so young, but so old. She don't be want to do none of this shit nobody else do. And she want to do all the shit she want to do. Is the shit that I want to do. And probably any other woman that's aware that like is something better out here. They don't want to do nothing but whatever the fuck they want to do. Like I don't want to have to work. I want to work when I want to work. I want to do this shit for fun. I like talking to people. I like being on camera. And I might want to do him or him in Jamaica. Like whatever I want to do, I want to do the shit. Why can't I do it? Y'all get to do it. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. All the time, no matter what y'all do, no matter at what expense, no matter what, having all these damn babies out here, leaving them while they with their mama. Why the hell can't Mona have a damn baby and leave his ass with his father? I know what it's like not to have a father. I'm gonna make sure you got a good fucking father so that I can leave him with him. If I need to, I know my baby, this is my baby. Nah, I had him, he my baby. I'm connected to my kid. I mean, sometimes it feel distant. He be changing on me quick. He's like, damn, okay, what he like this? Okay, all right. This the new stuff, this the new stuff. Like, I gotta stay connected to some stuff, and some stuff I'm just not gonna be connected to. Like, he a boy, he over there with his daddy. They can talk about some of the other stuff. They can work out and stuff. Nikki be feeling me when I be talking too. I be throwing all kind of shit her way, and she just be somehow understanding, like how you understand that you ain't got none of these problems and none of these issues. As a matter of fact, let me see. I got some different issues too, like, and that's sad. Like my son had to have fucking surgery on his brain. Young, like, do anybody understand how dramatic that is for the baby and the mother and everybody in them rooms and them everything? Like, that's a lot of pressure. That's a whole human being that's attached to a lot of people, a lot of possibilities, a lot of pressure. Every second count, every move of your finger counts. Why you got this little person's life in your whole hand? And I can like try to understand her life from like the perspective of the medical team that saved her life that day. Like, cause they got to be out there watching her, whether she know it or not, keeping up with them. And people change jobs and lose jobs, but you got some that just like they story or they blood, like they blood just touch you different. That moment changed your life a little bit. Like it just did something to you, whether it shattered all possibilities of what life is and what life could be, and like allowed you to see the other perspective, the other side of why this situation even happened or why it got here. Like, what is happening in this world? What was happening in my life? What was happening through my family? Like, the same journey she done took, but just way like different, but the same. Like, hey, what the fuck is wrong with us in this entire shit that like I had a fucking son and he needed to have brain surgery within the first couple years of his life. Like that, why was that situation even fucking created? Like that, and it happens, we got to a place where it happened so much or something that we needed to have doctors for him. We had to have doctors trained to be able to cut into your damn head, like, and fix some shit. Like, why would we even do that? And why wouldn't we just let them die or let the shit happen? Like, death is natural anyway. Anyway, like, if I would just woke up and my baby was, you know, it was a different story, like, how would that have affected my life differently? And how, like, because this shit is different. Like, living with that is different as a mother, and just like as me as Mona, because whatever that means for anybody else, like all this shit is different and I can't really explain it, and I try to, and I don't know. I don't know. Life is different. I see stuff different. We all people. We all see things totally different. We all have different experiences. Like Nikki said, you learn that from traveling. And thankfully, like, I've been able to travel with protection, and I was under an organization that has some stuff going on for me. Um, and I tried to use it to my advantage. And, I saw some stuff, they treated me really well. And whatever came with whatever that needed to to happen for all that to happen. Like, it happened. And me, Ramona Smith from St. Clair, done traveled the fucking world too. And I was like, I think I did it before Nikki. And that was the big deal to me. Like, her to acknowledge that she followed in my footsteps. And it's like, why is that a big deal? And I wasn't even like looking at you like that. Like, I wasn't, I mean, I was proud of you for you because that was your thing. Like, I wasn't aspiring to do that. It ain't had nothing to do with you. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do the work to do that. I didn't want to do anything that it took to do that. And I'm not saying anything about you. I'm just saying that I don't want to do it. Why I gotta want to do it? I help you the best I can because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You asked me to send emails and I copied and pasted them emails and I sent that shit to them like you asked me to. Like, it's not my vision. I don't know. I can see it the best way that I can see it from how you telling me, but I don't know what you expecting, like what I'm supposed to do on the email. It's an email. I just send it to the email. I try to make sure it's formatted right. I try to make sure it's good, like, error free. And I try to keep it professional, whatever I think that is for me. And I try to call people back, make sure they call them, but ain't nobody calling. And I saw your list. I did it, and I probably did some extra shit. I tried to, and like not even knowing that any of this was going through my mind, there was a thing, and how it was all attached to something. How you doing? And then like being a business owner is hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard. Trying to create jobs is hard. It's hard. Trying to be free, trying to do everything to get our people free or to at least you get free. Like, shit, just start with you. That shit is hard, however you gonna do it. And I watched Nikki go from like all American girl, like church, this to that. Like, she always had a plan, she always had to go. She think like she was writing shit down. She like, look, this, I don't know what it looked like. And I'm like, damn, you kind of gotta admire that, because she was like, I don't have a picture. I mean, I made some vision boards and I put some people down. I don't have a picture because I don't want to get so attached to one thing that shit don't happen. So I'm gonna leave this shit open, like, and some shit that's not accepted. Like, it's not. I'm not doing that shit at all. So that wipe all that out, and then I'm not doing that, and that wipe that out, and like a part of me already knew that this was gonna be my journey. So I just made sure that I kept that shit as quick as possible. Got that shit out of my system as quick as possible. Like, put up with these niggas bullshit as quick as possible. Set my rules and my boundaries and tried to do shit different and figured out like what the fuck I could do around here, what I couldn't do, because this shit is hard. It's been hard all my life, so therefore I don't even know it's hard. Like, how can you not know that life is hard? Is that not insane to anybody, or is it like miraculous or something? Like, Nikki's so entrenched in the struggle that she don't even know life is hard. She does not know her life is hard. Like, all that shit is normal. She get up and walk away from death like the fucking angel of death, or like a demon, or the devil. Like, all that shit she be saying. Like, you are though. And what do you think that means? Like, what do you think people think of you? Do you think this is a joke? Like, do you not know what's going on in the world? Do you not know where you've been? Like, stop saying that. And it's like she can't even stop saying it. Like, she just like starting to, I don't know, like finally process anything she went through in her life. And that's kind of, oh, that's so, I can't even explain how I feel to watch that as a woman that know Nikki, how I know Nikki, like how I've come to love Nikki, however that is, and what I've gotten to know about Nikki and what I know of her struggle. And even as a woman, like, as a woman, like, I've been doing this shit all my life, and I'm almost like by myself, like, trying to keep her so safe. Like, I be thinking about how I feel when I'm in the house by myself, or like if it's hard for me to sleep, or being by somebody, or any of this shit. Like, her mind is going so fast. Like, her mind just gotta be, she in shock. She in shock. She was already in shock. Her body is so in shock for like all of the miraculous shit she been through. Like she like in wonderment, and she still don't really blame nobody, or she do. Like she blame everybody. She blame everybody for her shit. Like, just go get a job. Just go get a job. This shit is hard. You ain't even got no kids and it's hard. Like, that's how people feel. Like, what you mean it's hard? You ain't got no kids. Like, I don't care what you did yesterday. Like, you feel like these niggas. Like, I don't care what you did yesterday. It's another you. Watch me go get a new one. Like, Nikki, just get up. And then she's like, nigga, shut the fuck up. Because did you do any of the shit that I did out the gate? Did you get your fucking head cut open? Did you have somebody pressing on your fucking chest for however long when you had decided that you ain't want this shit? Like she said, I looked around and said, no thank you. No fucking thank you. What's gonna be my fucking benefit for coming down here to do anything? Anything for anybody. Like, what the fuck is people gonna do for me? Like, she scanned that shit, scoped that shit out so fast before she even touched base out here. And she said, no thank you. And she did it way early to where they was supposed to leave her alone. Yeah, so smart. She thought she was so smart. She was like, nah, y'all niggas ain't got it right. I'm supposed to be wealthy. Like, I'm supposed to be. She telling us her ass supposed to be by some water in another country. Like, all this shit. Like, she trying to figure out how the fuck she got here. And why is she here? After all this shit. Like, I done tried all this shit just to fucking keep my sanity. Like, I done tried all this shit just to be nice, just to be end up trying to become me or trying to figure out who I am, and like not even to have a man, but to have somebody, to have a family, whatever I think that is. Like, I know it's so much fucked up shit out here. Like, do she trust anybody? Do she? How can you? Like, do you really trust people? And then like you looking at whatever situation, how you looking at it, and you like, no, she don't trust nobody, but why would she? Like, who gave her a reason to trust anybody? Look at what the fuck is happening. Hell yeah, she questioning everything. And if it took her this long to start questioning shit, like, it's a lot of niggas that's lucky. It's a lot of niggas that's lucky for a lot of reasons, including their life. Because that little girl has told you who the fuck she was when she was that little. However, you can even imagine that because it's so out of your realm of possibilities. And you looking around at the music, the TV, and everything. And you just like, is this shit happening in front of my eyes? Like, what the fuck? I can't even turn away. That's how I feel. Like, damn, how do you even process this? Like, and you start looking at entertainment like this is one girl. And she telling us like how fucking excellent we are as black people or how fucked up and like all the stuff she be saying is her to me. And it's so many stories you can take, and that's why you go through the like what kind of movies and shit you watch, cause like she the wire, like we all this shit. And her right here is telling a story that ain't nobody ever really saying. I'm pretty sure it ain't nobody heard at all. Y'all ain't seen this shit. Even if y'all thought her friend was crazy or whatever, like y'all got that out the way real quick. Y'all ain't watched that unfold however it looked, and it seemed like it looked way different than this. Even if y'all thought it was similar, it did not look like this. And everybody's been waiting for something to happen, like some bomb to drop or something, cause like this is what that shit would have looked like back then. And how the fuck did she know back then that that shit was mostly environmental, mostly support, mostly so simple, but like so sad. Like it was so sad because like it's like they had switched or something. Like something happened while they was in that apartment together. Like like did that girl go over there to like try to take Nikki's life and then Nikki got stuck in the middle or something of all they family drama just for letting her come stay with her and she ain't even know that they was fighting about who to blame. And Nikki wasn't taking the blame for nobody, and she was lightweight telling them that it was their fault or that like she told y'all. Cause right now I'm going through the same thing and I'm okay. And why I'm okay? Cause ain't nobody to fucking around me, and I got somebody that's supportive, which is my fucking self. Cause I ain't really seen nobody up there, but I know she got some help. But ain't nobody coming by her for whatever reason. whatever reason, she by herself. And she like, oh, this shit is what it is. Like, if I talk to you, I talk to you. If I don't, I don't. And whatever anybody think I did, like, even if y'all thought I would have apologized, and I probably would have at some point in time, I probably have, even if I think if I think I didn't. Like, y'all probably thought y'all made me apologize, but I wasn't apologizing for shit. And like, now, even if I know I did some shit, I am not apologizing. I'm just keep going forward because that shit is behind me. Because ain't nobody up here. So if you missed something, then you would have been here. You would have seen that someone right or something was fucked up or something, and you would have gave me what the fuck I needed. I told y'all what I needed all the time. To be the fuck out of here. With enough money to be able to lay up on the beach, anybody beach, or do any damn thing that I wanted to do at any time just to make any of this shit a little bit better and help evolve as I evolve. Like, shit, I want some weed most of the time, and I'm real careful about my body. Like, the way she get to know her body and the way she asks questions, like, what do the medical providers think? Like, because you got different perspectives. Like, they think that girl don't listen. She thinks she know it all. Like, I ain't gonna tell her. Like, she either a doctor's worst nightmare, perfect patient, or whatever. And then, like, they think she thinks she know how she thinks she knows better than the doctors because the little nerds or something said it. Like, whatever people was saying about Nikki in 2020, and Nikki was real loud about how she felt about that shit. And anybody who thought that anything different, and she ain't even realized, like, that was a bullet to her or everybody else. Like, yeah, I ain't fucking hiding it. Because then you had to realize, like, oh, it's people that think like her for real. Like, it's people that think like them because, shit, look at how loud she is and she real bold. Like, she got some information to back that shit up. And she like, I showed y'all. And whatever y'all think that y'all following her for, y'all like, oh, okay, that's one of the conspiracy theories or some shit. And now niggas is like, been dropping dead, and they already told y'all ahead of time what the death toll was gonna be and what the numbers was. Like, all the data and statistics, and then as much as they could, some of the side effects and shit that was gonna be happening. Like, if you paying attention, these kids told y'all that shit 4 years ago and nobody listened to them, and they said a lot of stuff about that girl. For Nikki to be working all her life, and she said she filled out 100 applications in, when she say 2022, and nobody fucking called her back. And we know Nikki, like, she would have worked. She ain't gonna work for nobody but herself, essentially. Like, she just do it different. Like, I go to this job, okay, that's cool. Like, she kind of found a smart ass way to be an entrepreneur. She just used that shit against them, just different, just at her budget, just at her level, just at her whatever. And like, you gotta be like, damn, that's like, wait, genius and backwards and incredible. And like, I love her and I hate her, and like, how can we package her up and sell her and like make us all some money? And some of y'all done fell in love with this little crazy girl or whatever, and then you probably think it because I ain't no dude. That's why I be asking questions. I know that shit go over her head because she don't even care about, like, if anybody trying to give her advice on how to get a man or what anybody think about her not having a man. She do not care. She's just like, no. And she very, very loud about wanting a man. And then it's even funny because if whatever anybody thought about Nikki being over there by herself all the time while they was with their man or doing something or healing from their man wanting her or whatever it was, like, Nikki essentially didn't care and she did not want their man at all. She didn't want none of their men at all. And I'm a woman, like, and I know women are different because sometimes I'll be listening to some women's conversation. I'll be like, that shit matter to y'all? Like, that's okay? Like, why is it not okay? Or like, because there's so many different perspectives, like, of life. And then each person, like, it kind of get fun. Like, after you get out your feelings and all that shit, you got to think, like, it kind of be fun to just see somebody else live a life. And then Nikki ain't essentially had no parents. She told y'all, like, nigga, I did this by myself with my fucking brother, and I know this shit is magical. And like, for some people, it's like, Nikki, we knew that shit was magical back there. Like, none of us had one, and you were very aware of like our family dynamics and shit. And like, you even experienced some to some capacity, and whatever that was to you, or what anybody thought that meant to you, or anything. Like, Nikki just made everybody feel like they wasn't special at some point. She had to. because her ass made me feel not special at one time, and I was like, oh, that is never happening again. Like, oh, that shit was horrible. When I had to pick a friend, I essentially had to pick a friend for some shit that I started. Nikki blamed True. I thought she blamed True, but she blamed True. True got it the hardest. But see, True got it the hardest because she had been doing a lot of shit to Nikki. And like, I don't know, like she had to have been playing when she pretty much told Nikki she needed to use her credit card. Like, yeah, I'm gonna say her name because Nikki too damn nice to everybody. Cause Nikki was like, cause I be listening. Nikki was like, what? It's like that shit, like went over her head, and then she had to rewind that shit back in her head, like, excuse me, like. Nikki asked, like, I wonder if she know how she be sounding, cause like in her mind she probably be sounding so expressionist or so like it can't be the same though. It cannot be the same because I'm like, Nikki rewound that shit. Like, and just seeing how colorful Nikki is, like her music and stuff. Like, y'all be following her and shit. Try not to make no noise because you want to just see her in her fucking power. I know I do. I'm like, I ain't gonna touch shit. I just don't like, let me see what the fuck she gonna do because she essentially all the codes. Like, she essentially our answer for real. She really is the cheat code because she came in here. She ain't let nobody get way too close to get they shit on her. Like, nigga, you not gonna imprint on me. And when I get up there and I release all this shit, like, I'm gonna start all over new. So, like, you like, I need to be where Nikki gonna be at. Like, you looking at your life. Like, hey, how much is any of this shit worth? Do I want to settle on this because when I get to where she at, when I can figure out how to like allow at the right moment to get into that shit that she got going on with her, like what? That shit is going to be heaven, or it's gonna be hell in the way she been over there describing hell. Like, hey, I'm gonna take your hell for what they doing. 1,200, like the rent went up in Nikki apartment quick as fuck, and she don't even know what the fuck that means. She don't understand what it means, but she just know like, nigga, first of all, when I got here, it was owned by Jamaicans, and when them niggas left during COVID, they left quick. They sold this bitch quick when COVID happened, like so fucking quick. And like, I hear the owner is like in New York, and but the property managers, we done had 2 property management companies in like 2 years, and that's just like different for me. I don't know, like I get somewhere, I get stable for real. I used to be real unstable, moving like every year, but it was a year when the lease was up, nigga, I'm out of here unless you like give me a reason to stay. Fuck that. And then I realized like these niggas is losing their mind. I went from like 350 for a fucking 2 bedrooms, so that same apartment that Nikki ass is living in right now costed her 350, and she had way more space and shit. Like, and when they moved up to a house, it was like maybe $25 more. And she like, and the pay was like the same that shit is now. Like, nigga, what the fuck are y'all doing? And how the fuck did these niggas just go paying $1,200 and they did that shit like during the beginning of COVID and shit? And Nikki said some shit like that to one of her friends, and she be saying shit, she be thinking it's normal, like it don't have no impact. Like, and I guess you know that's good because then you gonna get that truth however get it, and you gotta get it out from you. Like, you can't hold on to nothing Nikki say that made your ass think. You gotta tell somebody so somebody else could try to help figure this shit out, because you just one perspective, and she said a lot of shit, and she just take for granted that everybody know what the fuck she know. Or depending on where you at in the world, like what your beliefs are, you like, she don't know shit and she trying to tell everybody something. Like, she ain't got no degrees. Like, you got all types of people, and it's like all they different perspectives. But at some time, all that shit for you had to go out the door. All that shit she said and she been talking that she been doing, whatever you think about any fucking thing, at some point in time, you have had to drop all your beliefs, all your biases, all of your fucking jaws, all of your hearts, all of your, like, everything, and want to go hug this little girl at some point, because most of y'all got to look at her like a little girl before any of that got to her. Like, You gotta look at her from like your daughter, or like you gotta dig deep to see some good in this woman that you deem to be so disgusting because like of your religion and your beliefs. Like, she the woman that y'all killing, the ones that's escaping to get out of your home country, the country that you get to enjoy and love and have freely and do whatever you want to do. Because at the same time, even if you think you a kind man, it's some of y'all that's not so kind, and she telling y'all that. She telling y'all that. However you want to look at it, however you want to see it, and you choose to look at her as the problem instead of that man that you protecting because of what reason, whatever that reason is to you. And like she said, because God told you to. Well, who is your God? And you still trying to hold on to your beliefs. And she's just like, well, you keep all your beliefs. You just keep all that shit away from me. And I'm going to be God by myself in this fucking chair. Because all them niggas that you keep trying to tell me, and I'm sorry, like, let me not be disrespectful. I know she don't know. And I'm not trying to, like, I'm excited, but I know a little better. Like, but I'm trying to channel her correctly and still be authentic. And it's like hard because it's so passionate, especially as a woman who can identify on both ends for different reasons. Like, I'm attached to cultures way differently than Nikki is, and I'm also attached to people way different than Nikki is, simply because I'm attached to people. Like, I was protected from some things that Nikki definitely was not protected from. And as a human being, that has to be sad for you. Or maybe as a human being, like, it has no relevance to you because you got your own shit going on and you went through the same thing. Or it might not have been that, it might have been something different. Like, her trauma ain't the only trauma and she inflicted more trauma, so somebody go put a bullet in her head and just shut it up or get it off my TV. Or why am I drawing here, and like why they still got her page up. And like, for some of y'all, no matter what she's saying, it's just whatever. Like, why she think she important or I should care. And like, even if you thought she was a good person before, you really don't think she a good person when she start opening her mouth. Like she said about that singer, I ain't gonna put his name out there, and he got mad. And he made, like, it makes sense all the way around. Like you said it, and you ain't know nobody he was listening to. You ain't know that you was that important to him. And you usually try to be considerate to everybody. Like, to you, his ass was on TV in a whole different world that you was not unattached to. I mean, you had spoke to him. You said hi. Like you said, you rang his doorbell. You made a comment about uh, his tattoo or something. You thought it was cool. And you did your little research or whatever and decided to get in his inbox, whatever it was for. And then, like, you had something bad to say about him that was like that harsh that he felt it. And then it was like, she don't even understand how powerful her words are, how powerful she is, even though she just found me. Like, you found me and you reached out to me. Do you know how rare that is? But in her world, it happens, like, maybe not to her, but like it happens to women all the time. And like, she don't even kind of know or care, or like, it's nothing that she think about. Like, to her, I'm just another person. And like, yeah, I'm out of reach a little bit, but not too much that she can't reach out and take my hand and ask me to dance or anything. And then, like, at the same time, having that power, she said something that hurt my feelings in like the height of my career. And it's crazy because, like, she has no idea that my feelings were hurt or that I could hear her that loud. And I'm like, yeah, how could I hear her? Like, she not in my reality. Like, she not here. She not even here. How did I hear that shit? And she felt when I heard it. Like, it was like a boomerang and brought that shit back together. But in that moment, we both felt it all. Like, she felt it all and she felt horrible for saying it. She felt really bad. And that made me, like, I felt a lot of emotions that she felt bad about expressing herself in that moment. The way that she did, like, why would she feel bad? And then I wanted to know, like, if she thought I was gonna hurt her, or like, because it was felt different. Like, people feel bad and stuff, but she feel bad. It was really different. It felt really different than anything I had experienced, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to explore that because that could mean so many things. and she could turn out to be so many different things. And whatever I was deciding that she was going in, or what that meant to me, because I don't even know if it was like really about her. It was, we think we different. We so different. Like, she's so unique to me because she is really, I don't even know if I want to say bright, but she is. Her heart, like before this version came out, her heart was of gold, and she was so light and bright and carefree, like a little girl, like in a like in a field full of roses or daisies, because she don't really like roses, but like daisies, like sunflowers, and sunflowers is different. Like, somebody told her they were supposed to be special. She didn't just like go and do it. And now she funny because she be sniffing stuff, and she like, I'm like, why she sniffing everything now? Because, like, she has been in her head, she has been having an awakening. It has been scary, and she don't know what to do. And it's so colorful in there sometimes. And then it's, like, dark, and I don't know how she sees it. But she feels things so differently. And it's like her sense of smell is so different. Like, she really can't smell a lot of the flowers. And then you, like, wonder, like, what you can smell. Because she, like, where the hell is the scent at? Like, and you like, damn, she started changing so quick. Like, she was already changing. She had already been going through, like, different changes just from her diet, being introduced through religion or whatever, and then dropping that, and then just starting to listen to her body and try to reach out. Like, really being called to walk in that shop about her book for whatever reason, and discovered plants and herbal medicine and stuff. And at one point, she was like, I be killing them damn plants. I can't do it like I wanted to. And then she just became like a pro with it, like a guy. Like, the plants respond to her in her apartment way before she brought that outside. And then she tried to figure it more out when she went abroad. Like, she stayed with plants, and she making elixirs and doing stuff in her house. And you just like, she jumped really fast though. Like, and she don't know. It's like, how do you process things? How do you connect things? Like, how do you do that? And she was so connected before this. Like, this one got it. I mean, she balancing out. Because it's like, in her mind right now, it was just like, it's been like a train just going zoom, like, real fast. Like, it's been a world, like, when she in it is happening, and then it's the next moment, like, she has to dump whatever happened. It's like she cannot stop. She can't stop doing anything, even though she want to stop so bad. Like, however you want to picture it. When you get to the softer side, like, when you get to, like, the side of creativity and brilliance and arts and supernaturals and things like that, depending on, like, what kind of comics or something you read, like, you seeing some shit happen. You have to admit that if you have any kind of creative, like, anime, comic, like, any type of, and she tell you all the time, like, she a bookworm. She was reading classics, y'all. Like, we wasn't even thought of, and she was reading classics. And for some people, because she didn't go get this piece of paper, she don't know nothing, or because she's not talking about your book or your language or what's tasteful for you with her background, like, it don't even matter. So you kind of got to be a certain kind of person to care. When then, like, we looking at y'all like, how can't y'all care about this shit? Because it's enough of us to know that we ain't the problem. We are not the problem. Like, however we feel about this shit, like, we feel something, we see it, and we like, oh, okay, it's a story behind it. However that shit is, because she will take you for a loop. I hope y'all on the fun side. Cause, like, that girl take you for a loop, and she don't even have a clue. Yeah, her perspective shit so fucking fast. Like, what kind of damn character is she? Who is she like? As a kid, and then you kind of sad because she like, man, I ain't even like comic books. And then she come back like, wait, so you like, oh, she do be getting some memories back. Well, what's her memory of me? Like, how am I still here? It's like, am I still there? Because she don't ever say nobody name. She ain't giving nobody credit for shit. And as a businessman and as a lawyer or whatever story you making up, whatever fucking character you playing in your mind about her, like, you kind of glad her ass don't fucking say no names, that like whatever you think about it, whatever you think she protecting people or hiding people, like she is doing just that shit the best way she know how. You know she loyal as fuck. That phone call thing that was going around, that's her. She ain't saying shit to nobody about nothing. Like even whatever the fuck happened over there, she was like, hey, you know what the fuck you did. Y'all suspicious as fuck. Like whether y'all did nothing or not. Like all this shit done happened. I done convinced myself that like y'all niggas is a part of the problem or something, or y'all better be back there being the solution. You know, that's how she feels. Like all these fucking problems that I done had in my life, I got to a place where I was trying to be problem free, and this shit, like the rug got fucking snatched up underneath my ass to where I'm on a fucking bus. Like she said, hey man, she be like some stuff y'all can't get. I don't know how this shit work, but like I be like in her head, but she can't bring me up, and I'm trying to figure out how to get to where the fuck she at, and I'm like, hey, stop playing. She's got that message too, like, but she don't know my voice, like. You doing this shit on purpose, and she not, cause she don't know what to do or what to listen to. You like just cut all that shit off. I'm here, like, go listen to my music. I don't know which one, and then come back, like, because she is attached to artists way different. Like, she has niggas back then, how you get paid, and you like, hey, what she mean by that? Like, why she all up in our business, depending on, like, she trying to look at the moon right now. It's pretty full. It's a beautiful moon. She be trying to get a good spot to see the moon. And then people like, she wasn't even thinking about the moon until somebody told her to. And like actually, you know, that girl always been very aware of the moon. Her ass was going to NASA and shit. Like, I'm like, do these kids go to NASA anymore? She's so damn old. Why am I talking to her, your old ass? You hurt my feelings and you don't even know nothing. But you cool. And I want you now. Like, whatever reason, I had to fix all that shit. Like, oh, I can't get over there until I get this shit right. She told everybody what she want. No drama, no fucking sex, no SD. I mean, no drama, no sex for real. Cause like a lot of niggas got drama attached to their sex. And she put her ass in time out for niggas, like, and she don't even see it like that. And you like, damn, like how powerful would she have been, or who would she have been if she understood, like, I did this shit on purpose, and not thinking that she was the victim. And then it's crazy because she never thought that she was the victim either. She's very aware, like, hey, I made some fucking choices and I did some things, and whatever you think about it, like, I did some things, and 9 out of 10 she laid down the rules just like she said. And however anybody interpreted that based off of what the fuck they had going on in their life, that shit was like, hey. Like, hey man, what the fuck, who the fuck she talking to, what she saying, I don't understand, cause she different. And you know, she was just telling niggas to be honest, but can you even grasp what that is as a man? Like, you trying to figure out, like, as a man, depending on certain situations, like, I don't want to speak for everybody, but depending on certain situations, and her brain does it filters stuff differently when she's inside. She's interesting. But like, as a man, you got a woman that's like telling the world, like, essentially whatever she called it, like, I would be your mistress. And then she almost like a threat, because she like, but I ain't your mistress. So you like, but you just said. She like, now, I don't know what you thought a mistress was or is. And it's many different types apparently, because something came to your mind when I said it. And you got excited, like I caught your attention, and you was like, okay, so whatever going on in your family, in your house, she already told you that she exists. If like an option exists, if you don't like your current situation, like, I'm willing to fucking keep you company. However you decide we want to do that. But I'm gonna get something out this shit too, whatever that may mean for me. Like, and I don't even know if I know yet what that means. So let me sit here and figure it out, because I've been saying this shit for a long time. And because of my environment, I done had to figure out like what that means, what that is, what that could look like, what it could be, or like what the actual possibility is of something that I spoke about. Because I looked around and I said, I don't want none of this shit. Like, oh, these men can be real fucked up out here, and these women too. And yeah, I'm just gonna learn to keep my business. Like, she tell a lot of people business without telling no business, and then when she open her mouth, shit get real interesting. And if you can see it, you looking at like all your favorite shows at once. But she right here, like she off of your TV, on your social media. Like her ass is a government spy or something. Like, now you gotta go back. Like, you scared to go back and look at any information that she done put out there, because she done told some shit and she done said some shit. And like, depending on where you at in life now, you don't even know if that shit is worth going back to explore at all. Like, did she just say she would? Has she been around my man? And like, she done put some niggas in hot water without even knowing it. Like, at first she was like, she doing this shit on purpose. What the fuck going on in her life that like you blowing up my spot? And then you have to realize that like, whatever you think about her, she didn't even know that she was important to y'all. And then y'all like, damn, that's so sad. That's fucked up. And then you kind of look at it, you're like, is it though? Like, she like, wait, got off scot-free. Because where y'all at? Where is everybody at in their life right now? No matter what you doing, like, where you at? Whatever relationship, whatever freedom you have or don't have, like, whatever anything mean to you, she different and she living different. And she, like, I know I'm living different, and I want something way different than this. You're like, well, what does it tell you? Tell us. Wealth. What's wealth, nigga? Energy. Do you have the energy of wealth? Come fucking find me. Go back and listen to some damn videos. Like, why I gotta keep defining this shit? Are you wealthy? If you think you wealthy, that means if I caught your attention, then your ass better be meaning me some good when you come up here. Like, I don't want no damn drama. That means it could just be me, and like, let me tell you what my definition of that is. I'm interested in poly, I guess. Like, I ain't really delved too much into it too much. Sound like freedom. Yeah. With some rules, you're gonna be real respectful. Period. And like, people throwing stuff at her, like, oh, so you can have 4 or 5 babies, because everybody got situations now. Like, if you mad at her, you like trying to figure out if the dude she was messing with or whatever, y'all like doing all kind of stuff, and she feeling all that shit. She trying to answer y'all questions for real without even knowing. To y'all, she just talking. She's talking. She don't know what she talking about. She's like, I went through some shit, and this is what's going on. And yep, it's some characters in here. And I said that because you ain't gonna tell it, but y'all know, a lot of y'all know she had a real interesting damn channel with Tupac. That man came through so powerful for her on her behalf. You telling secrets, I'm gonna tell your secrets. I don't know what that means. She don't even know what it means. She know on any level except the fact like she know it means something, and like it just is what it is. She say that a lot, and you like, what does that mean? Like, what is her emotion? It's just like really her emotion is just because she's very calculating, but not like y'all niggas is calculating. Like y'all like in poker, like, cause she don't even play no games. That's why y'all can't understand her, cause she don't play no games and she never has. She came out from the beginning saying like, I don't want nobody touching me unless I want them touching me. And when they touch me, when I don't want them to, they gonna fucking pay the price for it. Cause everybody done paid the price for her having to exist when she said, I told y'all, and I didn't want to, even God. Like, whatever you think about it, like, that shit came through loud and clear. I told you that your shit was fucked up down here, and like, you gonna send Jesus? Why the hell would you send Jesus down there? And you gonna be up here? Like, why is you up here and I'm down here? And oh, that shit, like, wait, how do you, how, And she say that shit like it's just like that shit is just coming out of her like it's normal, like it's supposed to be there. And like, so a part of you gotta feel like the she got so quick out of there that the message flew behind her. Cause she knows she ain't had that much time before he was gonna come after her when she said that shit. Whoever he was, like when she said that shit to him, when she put him on the spot, she created a whole situation. And you can go through as a man what type of shit, like. But at some point, that shit got real. You got real turned on. Then you like, why? Like, why did that shit at some point when you think about like her going against God like that, like putting his ass on blast, and then you think of whatever you've been taught about heaven, like wherever she was introduced to it, because that shit was horrible. Like she was in a cult and she keep calling it church, and you like, that's not what church is, baby. And she was like, that's what they called it. Like, and even I don't care if I'm hearing y'all looking at some churches like, nigga, it's something that's out here like that. Like, why the fuck is you scaring kids to believe in your damn God, or whooping them, or doing anything to them because they don't believe in your religion, or they don't. She came out the gate saying, I don't want to do it. She told everybody from the top, I don't want to do it. And that shit trailed behind her. And it's like somebody wanted her to eat her words. They made her do it. Like, it's like he forced this shit in her mouth, right? Okay, like, then you like, ugh, that nigga is disgusting. And that shit is just. And some of y'all want her to be quiet right there because she done put an image in your mouth, and yeah, she don't even know it. And y'all do not want her to get in y'all environment because what might be exposed, because clearly she know what that is, and she knew at a very young age. And then you got to go through on why you think that was okay, or like why she's saying anything. And yep, that's one conversation right there. And that's where a lot of people might want her dead, because she not saying nothing but what she know to some extent, her version of what even could exist as a guy that she is arguing with essentially as a kid, and as anything else to say, I got rid of you back there, why are you back here, like. And they kept calling you her father, and that she could even have the ability to connect that to a father, and somebody told her that's what a father was. So like, she was essentially able to connect the dots to a lot of people, and then back to their God. And it was just natural to her breathing. She wasn't trying to be malicious. She wasn't trying to be, she was literally just living in her truth, her life, and just, even when she wasn't trying to, share her experiences and how that could affect somebody so fragile, so gentle. Because you gotta look, like, if you have children in your life, and she seems very protective of children, and some of y'all might be like, how could she be so protective of children and then be over there doing that around kids and doing the same thing? Somehow, like, they getting scarred, but them kids is not afraid of her at all. And it looked like some of them tried to protect her, and like she didn't know what to do with that, because she is very hyper aware. And if you've never been hyper aware, then you have no idea what that means. And to you, it should look different. Doesn't look the same for everybody at all. At all. She's extremely sensitive. Like, her nerve, and like, she's very, very sensitive. And she's been getting images and being able to put them together for herself, like toward her. Like, she's getting a lot of information, and like the image that she gets, which is like kind of trying to, she's trying to relate to herself, like, okay, gentle like a horse. Like, she's in a stage where like everything is animal related, and you can kind of, it's like however you thought children learned before, like, is there from the pages of the book into reality in her head, and then she can relate it to herself and her emotions, and really understand like how the horse feels without getting inside and becoming the horse. But she's very connected to the horse. And then you see like the shamans and their relationship with the horse, and understanding that she only has had a few experience with horses and then ponies, and then the fact that she has any at all. And it's normal to her to like want to learn how to horseback ride, and you could tell like she really wants to go horseback riding. And depending on your wealth status, you're like, well, just go horseback riding. And you really love horses, you like, yes, like you can't imagine life not being around your horse. And that girl probably was connected to horses very intimately because she made her way out to the Amish country. Then you know that like whatever she may say about racism or racism, because she got some harsh views depending on where you come from, it's a reality from her environment, and it's a reality because however anybody feels, she has a very clear memory of reading in the newspaper about a man getting hung recently, like, and you like, what? Why they still what? You know, Rodney King fought bad, like they beat him up, but and then she like, and they also killing people, like the stuff that's on the news, but everybody lives somewhere different, so they news is different, and it's relative to their fucking city. And all those places over there, Chicago, Detroit, like you like, what kind of damn, what the hell is happening? That's so close to Canada. And depending on geography and whatever your interests are, you connect the dots totally different. Like you might be looking at something else. And it might not even be anything that you can help. You just like curious, like she is. And they've been telling y'all, like trying to explain to y'all what a Gemini is, because people like really understand her. But even in that, she ain't reached out to none of them. So like, it's other people that's like connected to the world like her, but way different, way different, way different. Because I done seen some of them. No, she is different. She's so fucking different. She is so priceless. Like, woo, she different. She is totally different. And I'm like, everybody has to know just how different she is. And if you in different circles, people know how different she is. And maybe people trying to figure out like how or why or where they met her, connected with her, and how they know her. And like, they throwing out all kind of questions to her ass, and she ain't taking the bait for nothing because she literally do not know. And then she's an example of living in multiple realms, and she be saying that shit, and she just like the fact that it's even a possibility for her is not even like a reality to her. Like, why wouldn't I believe that there's other realms and dimensions and stuff? Like, y'all look up at the sky, right? Like, what you think they are? Like, timelines, it's gonna be a different timeline. I have timelines all the time. And then you just like, but what does she think? Because I'm thinking about catching flights, coming across like timeline. But then if you think about the space and stuff, depending on who you are, she's like, I'm the universe. You're part of the universe. Like, but what does she say? Because the universe is so disconnected, but connected on the axis, and that's her. She like, and then she brought that Wale song. It's just like, you don't want to even, she tired. You just like, and at one point she was very scared, and she felt very alone, and she very confused, and she don't know what the fuck happened. Like, and she's serious. Like, even if I did something wrong at this point, like, I don't care. I'm gonna sit here and time out. She said she told that lady, like, first of all, why would you try to make a child eat out the trash can? And she told people very young what kind of diet she wanted. Then you start thinking about, like, stuff for real, and you want to ask questions about her trip, because, like, some of her posts, people ain't going to touch on. She said, I saw white people in New Orleans, and I wanted to know, like, why you here in this cemetery? Like, the cemetery for slaves. Why are you here if you don't believe in, like, if you don't believe in the story? Like, that's how some people feel. Like, why did you come? How could you say you love and it's whatever your beliefs are, because according to whatever family you was attached to? And she telling you there are multiple sides to the story. And even if y'all done took some shots at her, because I know y'all have, she is unaware, and she don't really want to hear nobody's side, because clearly she came from the other side with some truths that, like, a lot of people didn't have. She touched on some experiences that a lot of people didn't have. She passed some ancestors and stuff, and she said she was a medium as a child in some very dark environments, even if they wasn't as dark as they could get for her. Or you like, damn, like she was able to withstand some dark shit And like, why the fuck would she have to? Who is she? Like, what the fuck did y'all do that this child had to come? And then she say some of the perspectives, like, and even if it don't feel right to her, because like that's a girl and she done had some very bad experiences and she very empathetic and she can see everything and she could feel a lot of things. And most people can't understand that when she say those words, she fucking like one of the slaves that y'all have on the picture, like that slave with all them damn welts on his back. Like, some of the stuff she gotta say that has to pass through her first, especially as a woman. Oh, that's disgusting. You like, why would anybody make her say it? Because it's clear that she can't stop and she don't eat. She like, you like, is she so numb that she can't even break down and cry? Because she has said just how many tears she would want to shed. And that's really sad. Like, damn. And then you got to think, like, if you felt like that and what that felt like for you in that moment. Because all of you know that Gangsta Lane touched you in some type of way. That's why it was such a popular song for her and her playlist. But for some of y'all, is it a playlist that didn't even exist on, though? For real. Gangsta Lane. Because she couldn't keep up with some of the artists. And for the music she know a lot of music. Well, she know a lot of music. She might not have a lot of deep interest like some of us. But her music taste, it's like very eclectic. Very eclectic. And when she's introduced to something, especially now, it's there on whatever. And she doesn't try. Like some people think like, oh, now she's trying to know. It's like there. Like it's like Magneto. No, the blue and the blue girl. Because I have to go off of her memories too. And she is shot with names. That's why she called everybody boo or babe. Like names did not mean much quick. She got rid of that concept quick as fuck. Like except for names that she know and she be feeling bad. But it's like, why you feeling bad? Like why is that shit important? But she like, no, because my name is important and names are important. And like, that shit don't hold weight to her. She be getting rid of words quick. Like, this shit don't mean that. This shit that means stuff to somebody else. She like, I'm dumping that shit quick. It's way too much stuff I got going on. He's like, what do you mean? She said, I feel like I just had to get rid of energy. Like, when you like, what the fuck was she having some sex? No, I ain't had sex in years. Like, so what is energy and how do you get rid of it? Like, it's so many questions that she not answering, but like, she trying the best she can, and she's just like, the words. Girl, like the words does not exist in this language. And you're like, what would be her original language? Like, you trying to figure out what kind of food she like, what kind of, because she ain't racist at all, like, at all. She just like, be a decent person. And from my experience, y'all are a problem, a huge problem. Like, so y'all the worst problem, and not even individually. Like, come correct and we could be cool. That's what she's saying. But then you looking like she ain't really attached to none of them. So ain't none of them coming correct. And she like, clearly not enough to be up here. And why they gotta be up here? Like, you don't even gotta be up here. Be down there. Like, cause up here, all you doing is messing shit up for me. And I need to get as far away from this messed up shit as possible. Cause they suck here. And you looking like, who come from over there? Y'all know this girl, like, man, they know about that girl. They've been keeping her a secret for a long time. At the end, like, that shit can get dark for real. You looking at the mafia, like, cause how that girl get here to be saying this, and then some of the heaviest shit she said, she over there laughing and like channeling niggas, whether they want her to or not. And she doing it effortlessly. Like, she is not trying to tap into nobody's energy. So it's like, who the fuck is attached to you that want her to know about you? Hey, girl, do not say my name. Somebody trying to use you from the background. Like, she playing all the characters. Ventriloquist, like... You like, oh yeah, she definitely was connected to a circus in some lifetime, because it's clearly clear that it's a dam that has broken, and that girl that brought back some fucking shit from the other side, and she is like back there like, I'm dumping the rest of Christianity. I'm trying to throw that shit at, because you know niggas trying to take credit for this and some, or trying to dump it, But it don't even matter. Like, you can't even try to say that's like, she be going back to the dudes. She don't fuck with them no more after they haven't been fucking with her. That shit is so funny to everybody. Like, I want to fuck with you anyway. You ain't noticed. But she like, yeah, I didn't notice. However long it took me to notice whatever the fuck you was doing or whatever the fuck was going on. Or whatever I thought or whatever you got going on or whatever happened in here. This is already usually scheduled program when I do shit like this. And so I'm going to come here and tell you, like, I ain't fucking with you no more. I'm on my way to Africa. And I don't know if I'm coming back. You better believe that's when that man was like, what the fuck do she mean? What? What you mean you ain't coming back? I'm right here. Like, she like, where have you been? Or she like, hey, where you been? I'm going to Africa. I don't know if I'm gonna come back. So if you wanted me, you better get on your shit. Like, what did she go to that man? She ain't even know if anything was happening in his life from the last time that she was in there. So like, she just thought she was that fucking important, didn't she? And it's like, on the flip side, like, what did she think? She didn't think anything at all. She loved him. She was like, he was special to her, whatever that was. She had deep affection for him. She really did. Her definition of love. Because, like, if y'all listening to what she's saying, y'all like, she can't love nobody. That girl loved better than any fucking body I know. And so many people can't understand that. And, like, it's so simple to her. And it's so sad and it's so beautiful. Because who are you as a person? And you listening to this, I want to know, like, I want to know what people saying about her. And I got an idea because she's saying a lot of shit. She's telling us exactly what people saying about her. Because she clearly said, I already thought I was the shit. Like, whatever I was doing back there, I thought I was the shit. I thought I was on my way there. Because, like, oh, she brilliant. She brilliant. And she brilliant, for real. And she don't even know it. And it's so sad. But you like, but brilliant kids don't know they brilliant, do they? Like, all this shit is beneath them. And then, like, because she got to carry it, she be feeling all that stuff. She, like, questioning, like, but I'm not even questioning myself. Am I questioning my people, not my environment? Like, because I'm looking at this environment, I'm just not realizing that this shit is way different than I want and need it to be. Like, I need more. I want more. Like, I am not getting fed. And it's so sad because I love y'all so much. I thought I did, like I really did when I did. Like, it was like she loved people so much she wasn't letting them go. Like, just stay in Africa. Like, you work with the people, figure it out. And she like, no, because that's gonna mean more work. And y'all like, well, you gotta work somewhere. And she like, no, catch up. Like, y'all catch up to me because I've been doing this shit. And then you gotta laugh because, you know, at this point, like, she ain't asked nobody for shit. Whatever anybody mad or trying to say or whatever happened that she done said fuck it and was trying to be nice for some people because she wants some answers still. And she like, somebody need to go to jail for putting their hands on me. Like, and she like very aware that it probably won't happen. And she pulled that rabbit out of her hat quick. And then like, you gotta be like, did she just go in and watch TV? Because she put that shit up, took it down real quick. You like, why you take it down? And then you like, well, you know, whatever your appointment. But she was just like, she realized, like, she spoke out of anger, which is why she don't like try to speak. Like, she like to think about her stuff. She like to process through her emotions, like, because some stuff just don't matter to her. She want to answer, and she like try to figure out like how to get answer, like, and she don't know how to make her look to people. Like, people got a lot of thoughts, but you got to get inside her head the best way you can, because she is like, she's not trying to be manipulative at any point in time, but most people think different to her. That's why I'm like, oh, she an angel, so nobody can be able to figure out because she's so pure. She's not trying to do anything to hurt anybody, and when she do something like this, it's like a child. Like, and then you got to look and see how people thinking about her and how they treat their children or somebody close to them. Or now you looking at that Bible, because I'm gonna put the blame on the Bible because that's what they using over there. The king, she said that shit like the King James version. Who the fuck is this nigga family? Like, and she looking, she like, and then it's crazy because she just fucking remembered that like her ex name is like James Anthony. Well, she know that. I mean, Anthony James. What was his last name? The Bible, like, or no, King James. She was like, the way that shit came together in her head, like King James Bible, like it's like she working on some fucking family trees, like them niggas calling her in to help clear up some shit that they think she owed them, or that they think like Cause it's like been a war going on with their family and the spiritual realm. This shit is fun when you get in here, like, but you gotta have some abilities. I'm glad I got. Like, I'm so glad that moment happened between us, cause I gotta think about some shit, and I'm trying to communicate with her. I'm trying to figure out how to connect with her, cause I got some fears and stuff too. Like, and the way that she was reading some of my music, I'm like, wait a minute, what was you seeing? What was you? Mm. And it's like a computer system to her, like. And then you like, can you really feel though? Because I've been sending you some stuff, and some stuff you've been saying it didn't make sense to me. Like, well, how could you say you understand it, and then when I hear you talking to your girls, like sometimes I can like tap into her, like the phone, like I can hear her. It's like some of the conversations, and it's like she trying to piece it together, like, well, child, but it's so different than maybe what I was saying. But I kind of like where she be headed, but like it's like a fall, like she can't finish it, or it'd be like a whisper, like it kind of put itself together in the back. So I'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool. She just tapped on it. Like the fact that she could pull it on and tap on that is so freaking amazing and beautiful to me, to like even pull it up to know it's important. And what I said, even if she don't know who I am for real, was that important to her, that she was able to connect it to my words and me, but not necessarily the me on this line. Like, yeah, he out of here. Like, whatever. Um, to be able to that energy, because that's what she be saying that shit too, like some stuff, and be like, it's the energy. Like we gotta remind ourselves, like it's not the person. We get stuck on people and stuff, and something is really just the message. Like, and she's very aware of that, but way different than anybody. I don't know if I say should be or could be, like when she can separate her words from people really, and that's why it's kind of scary and really interesting. Like she like pointing out these words and these definitions, and like she said, like somebody is very pissed very close to her that they fucking stole they encyclopedia. And like some of the shit she be saying, it be like, ooh, them niggas behind her is wild. Like, oh, if y'all think that she being nice, like now you got to look at her all the way different, and then that take your ass on another fucking journey. But you kind of want to stay here. You got to figure out how important that is, and you know why the fuck she be losing her memories, cause like them niggas is fighting in there. Oh, her family mad at her. That's why she ain't got no fucking family. And she started bringing up that book. Whoever called her, and they said that like, oh, that wasn't she. Ain't she was looking at them like, who the fuck is you? Like, and it's a warfare. Like the way she be sitting next to them and like talking to them, like you looking like, cause how you looking at them now? Like, cause she real. And then you like, who was she in that moment? Cause she changing so fast. To you, she gotta be. And to her, that shit is just normal. It's He's like, am I watching The Exorcist? Maybe I don't want to get close to you because you attached. And it's so beautiful because in her mind, like I can hear her saying, but she won't say it out loud. And I think she thinks she got way more people in here than she do, which lets me know that she was connected to a lot of people and didn't know. It's like she shined a fucking flashlight on some people in some situations, and like that shit was damn. Like, and it's so it wasn't even a, and she don't know or care if it was like real or not, because whatever was happening in that house was way more fucking detrimental to her in that moment. And then the girl was like, well, what do you think I would do? But in her mind, like some shit was happening, and like depending on what you aware of or whatever, like some shit was happening in that, and she like just, I don't know, like no, that shit was physical too. But you know, ain't nobody like no one up. They wasn't tussling like it, no, like not that, because she really felt for her. Like she like, however anybody else felt, like that was love to her. Whatever bond they created, like everything she did was truly out of affection and care, and whatever anybody else. That's why that saying, you got to look at some of the sayings like, hey, your intentions is gonna save you from a lot of stuff, and like it really don't matter. She got the right idea, like I don't really give a fuck what you was doing back there. Just keep it from up here. And then like she be so protected, and she be protecting herself the whole way. You go back and listen to them journals, like, and then you like, damn, she was keeping the journal, and then she give credit to where she fucking got the information from, because you like, damn, did I read that? What is that? And do I even want to? I might not want to go touch that. And then you just gotta understand how deep and how connected she is, and you like, oh shit, like Helen Keller. And then she had a blind neighbor and asked them to teach her Braille. Like, was that somebody ancestor trying to get close to that fucking energy, or trying to like, because she was really nice to that man, like whatever they came here for, which just seemed like it was genuine. Like, I mean, so it was some weird shit going on. Like, don't, no, not that. But there was some weird shit going on, and the way they came back up, it's like he felt something for her and his kids, like whatever. Cause she don't ever worry about nobody else. It's always about her, and I love that. Like, cause essentially whatever anybody else's intentions on is, if that shit ain't meant to happen, it's not gonna happen. So like, I'm not gonna go looking for that shit to happen. It's, hey, cause that's your shit. Like, you and your people gonna have to deal with that. Cause like, I'm definitely protected, and even the movies that she damn be referencing. Carrie, playing with fire. You know her ass played with fire, and she did as a kid. The matches didn't even. I mean, they burnt her, but you like, I be wondering like, she needs to drink a lot of water. She needs some money. I'm like, she's stubborn as fuck. And her business acumen is incredible, because she turned that shit around quick, and she been saying it for years. But she like, right now, in this moment, if anybody want to use the fact that I'm on welfare against me, because I heard that shit, and I don't know if they throwing blows, because she be aware of shit different. Like, she got a relationship with people, whether she do or don't. But shit, I'm here, so hey. But like, she turned that shit. She like an asset. Oh yeah, they didn't hear. She an asset. Period. I don't know what everybody can figure out or what they got access to. But like, that business acumen that she had, she turned that shit into a positive real quick. If anybody give a fuck, like, cause she like, it's definitely some shit going down with my welfare, and I might lose all this shit. And like, she a little scared, she a little overwhelmed and sad and confused, definitely fucking confused, cause like, what the fuck is this? And she like, I'm magical, so why am I like, it's, it's a lot going on in there, and it's very abrupt. Like, can't nobody even imagine you trying to like. And if you go back and look at her social media, you gotta kind of like, if you was ever attracted to her page, which I'm sure a bunch of y'all was, like what the temperature was and who you thought she was. And then when that shit shifted, like, she's gone through a lot, and like, not even a full, I don't want to say moon cycle, but like, I don't even know what to put it to now. Lunar cycle, but the lunar cycle was supposed to be just like a month, right? But like, she questioned everything without questioning everything. She like, and then you just like, for her to even be able to say that whatever education that they thought they gave her or tried to take from her or whatever, anything, that girl was getting her education no matter what. And she pulled shit from everywhere, and there's a lot of things that was gifted to her. Like, ooh, like, to be that tapped into shit, you gotta start looking like, cause she had a memory where they literally was like gifting her some of their books, like holy books. Just cause you think your book is holy, now you looking at all these books like, do I wanna, what the fuck have I been doing? And you like, it don't even matter. They went to her. Like, that's why we don't feel that shit. And she don't either. And it's like, is there a wall? And then you like, she got a wall of protection. They put the fucking wall, the Jericho wall. She trying to break that shit down for the next step. And it's like, hey, baby girl, maybe it's up there for a reason. They got you. Like, it's the wall. Chill out, Humpty Dumpty. Like, because Humpty Dumpty, she very literal for real. She kind of always had been, but she had to get through some stuff. And oh, it's just it can be a history lesson. It could be so beautiful, so complex, like, and depending on like her, it's so much you can miss. Like, and you like, this is how the oracles were. This is how like to be this, ooh, in the way that she can see stories, and it's like, can other people see this? Like, that's what she like when she said like, I'm hoping that whatever I'm thinking, it's a fucking partner of mine that saw that shit too. Like, and then you like, she referenced Twilight. Like, damn, he did like, what he do? Touch her and project it, or like translated that shit to her. Like, they gifts kind of was connect. Like, they compliment each other. He had to dig deep and he did it, and then he was gonna try to do it again for his woman, like all that shit that they've been through, like yeah. So he was gonna try to do it again. So he was gonna learn how to perfect it the best way he could. And he was like, would he get better over time, stronger, or what? Like, cause she read them sci-fi books and she could see some shit. However, see shit, because she don't listen to none of they details. She be skimming past that shit. Like, and it's like, if you want to think about it, like they gave you the book, don't you think all that matter? And she like, nope. And then she like, because there's some shit that's not right up there at all. She said, hey, y'all, don't be trying to change the fucking program again. Like, who the fuck did that scare? Them church people was jumping quick off her shit, and she just now realized that when she went to go fucking start unfriending people, she be trying to unfriend people and realize that they just tried to unfriend her, and she was like, it wasn't even a big deal to her. She wasn't even gonna do it, but some keep telling her she's supposed to. She do be getting like all these messages. And they be coming in the form of men because people think she need that right now. And then it's like, well, who helping her? And like, how she can't help it? She thinks she by herself. And she like, up here, I'm by myself. And like, she really does feel really alone for whatever reason. And she really was attached to a lot of people. And if a lot of people think like, well, we was just cool yesterday. She like, essentially, we were not. Even if I thought that we was. Like, even if I thought I was okay with all that shit, it was like, leave me by myself. And I was. So she was very okay. Her tolerance for pain, first of all, is very sad that she has a built up tolerance, but then that make you think like, what is our tolerance for pain on the regular? And then like, what the fuck? Cause 400, like close to 400 pounds, and her math be like different. Like, I mean, it depends on math. Math wasn't her strongest subject, but she's very strong in math, essentially. Like I was saying before, because I'll be wanting to come back, but I kind of I'll take the ride. Her business acumen, she's about the welfare. She like changed that shit to a positive real quick. Like, and she like connected like gambling and everything. Some of these messages she been getting is crazy how they come together for her. She was like, yep, I start off in the green every month. Period. Like I figured out I'm not gonna worry about some things so that I can at least fucking think about some stuff first. Like, it's mine. It is mine. It belongs to me. That's essentially how she kind of like, this is mine. Why do I have to? And yes, this is what I'm supposed to have. Like, I'm naturally supposed to have this. Why should I have to do anything extra? It's mine. How you gonna come in here? Because clearly they did. He said, how you gonna come into it? But clearly they did. However that looked. Because she done had some fantastic ideas of what that could look like. And you gotta understand that, like, that shit came from somewhere. And she's so, what is that? Like, she's so detached. It's like she a projector. Like, she don't really get to see it, but she is it. So it's like impressed off of her. It's like a mirror. It's like a reflection, like a shadow. Like, I don't know, but cause I don't want to say shadow because it's very like, and she get to see moments. But I'm like, she probably always going for somebody. Like, it's people back there that won't ever come up here because they get to see movies based off of like the episodes of her life that they still have access to back down there from other people that decided to get off the train or was kicked off the train or whatever. And before they left, because the people know that they don't got a lot of time with her, she been zipping through this realm. They made sure that they made some ripples enough to be able to stay relevant for something. And she let them until she didn't, but she good at cutting people off quick. The whole bloodline. And it's not on purpose. It's literally like her brain can't not do it. Like, it's like, like, it's like recycled. Like, it's very different. And it changed. Like, it literally went from night to day. That shit was scary. Like, what the hell happened to you, Dr. Frankenstein? She became like the dark real quick in her mind. But then there was some stuff like depend because some of the stuff she's saying she filtering through other people's emotions. And some people really thought some stuff about her that she had no idea about. So I guess when she said no drama, they said up there. But then she got, so then they decided to hit her with all that shit. And she was like, all right, I'm going to transform into who I was supposed to be originally before y'all started taking all this shit from me. Thank you very much for getting me through, little girl. I'm going to go ahead and get my original body back. And then she compared that shit. She ain't start comparing it to pregnancy up here. She's like, no, I ain't bringing that shit, none of that. Like, she said death, nigga. And you know you want to relate it to, and she did. Like, that's where I got it from. Like, nigga, I carry the cross. And then the references for Mary Magdalene and Jesus are very interesting. I don't even think she said anything out loud, but damn, that's powerful. Like, that is that view, that picture that somebody's like they're trying to put together for her, and it's coming together. Maybe just not in the like wherever that's supposed to meant to heal whoever is connected to her that is for. She gets to witness it and filter through it and see it in a total different ways. And it's so beautiful for whatever she needed to be for. But like, if that story is going to be told, that is what it should be told. Like, it got hard. It was, and it came from like the story of creation through her, how it's coming together, how she's able to get like flashes and filters. Like, it's very, if that's how you gonna tell it, like, ooh, no, not that's how they decided to tell it. Because that she said out of all the ways that you could do it, this is how you decided to do it, and this is the tone that you decided to take. Like, you wrote and you probably took some rough drafts and whatever, but they stayed out there on the paper. It's like, I don't be careful with that paper in whatever tone. And I'm like, let's see some of the stuff you wrote. And like, her tone is always very loving. In the beginning, it was, well, as a teenager, she probably was just upset. She don't like that shit. But I'm like, I think that's normal. She like, no. And then you like, even if she didn't know it, she had a demon of attachment on her coming in. That's how like them niggas was like, I'm riding out too. And then when she flipped up in the hell, you like, oh, so she got demons on her back and she been to both of them. However, that flip took, like, ooh, that's like, she got some, okay, like, okay. Looking through the catalogs, like, okay. Stuff that she'll never even understand because she didn't come up in music. She wasn't like, and then you like, was she really robbed or protected? Because that is in you. And it's awesome because for like everybody is something different. Like, writers look at it a different way, and she's definitely a writer, and she's an artist and consumer, and like the perfect package because she down, not like that, but like, it wasn't tampered with. It wasn't pulled one direction or another for anybody else's benefit but hers and her environment and like what she was influenced by. Because music is very, I want to say, very sacred to her. Like, yeah, it always has been. I like how she explained it. Like, she can play music, like music is a soundtrack through life, which it is for her. Like, you can pull music from, she's like, the music is beautiful anyway, and like the soundtrack of life. She's like very poetic without even feeling like she a poet. And then it's like, whatever poetry was supposed to be, or was like whatever it is in her environment, she is not going. She like, I started down here with him, I still follow him, but whatever you think of poetry, you like, and she like, and then you listen to what he be saying, then however, but that young man went to the Apollo, and she, whatever it is, she still love him. Like, hey, little brother, little big brother, like, I see you rock your shit all the time, whatever, like whatever else is happening, I see what you doing, and I love that, and that's the poetry that I liked. And she was very supportive of his poetry club in a couple places. She stopped by a couple times for whatever reason, and it wasn't even because she was liking nobody. They just happened to be there, and she was like, all right, let me do this for a minute. It's right here. She got a very it's right here attitude. Like, And she even see that shit. Like now, she never saw it then. This perception is way more fun than that love shit she was on. Like this one is the one. I like this one right here. Cause she perfect. She like the right amount. Cause she not trying to be mean. Even when she being mean, her mean is not like, ooh, the fact that she can't even identify with some of these words, you like, baby girl. She thought about that shit too. Like, I guess I'm supposed to be pointing the target on my back, but she's so confident and she's so like trusting in the world and so fearless and all these things that can be very scary, but it's also very, ooh, like if that shit is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And like you think about old people, like just let me die in my sleep. She like that, but she aware like there's other ways to die. But if that shit is gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I'm not about to be scared. And I really don't have to. I mean, I could be aware of it and do the best I can to keep myself safe. Because she do some real unsafe shit and she think it's safe. Like, she's like, I was as safe as I could with my money. And she actually was safe. So if you was cringing and she don't even understand, like, people might not be wanting to talk to her because they think that she gonna come home in the box. And she just was like, I was going over $600. And you like, why would she say that? Because it's what I had. Somebody want to give me something more? Because, like, everybody know I don't got no money. Or if you think I do, I don't. I be putting that shit on my YouTube shit like, hey, she like real proud of whatever people think about that shit being begging. She like, hey, you here for my time is money. Like as an entrepreneur, whatever that money is, it's mine. Give it to me. You up here. It's so funny because like if she had the money, she probably would support all the little YouTubers or the ones that she like. Cause some of them that shit be twisting in her head. Quick, she be like, wait, was you talking about me? Like, I think they trying to tell her like people be getting smart about shit. Hey, and then she just like, yeah. She like, she like, I don't know. They be trying to teach her like, no, yeah, get them tones right, cause your ass a little tone deaf. And she like, nigga, I don't care. What's the message? Like, what you trying to say? All the other stuff don't even really matter. What you gonna do? It's right here in the description box. She's like, I want to go back and just put, like, that's too much work. She's like, it's your stuff. Why you ain't going back? It's work. I got more work. I got more stuff to say. Like, I'm going to make it back there. I just hope. I got an assistant back there that I ain't know about that signed up. And we going to figure out the pay when my man get here because I asked about him a few times. Now she like, did I not send out the message? Like, if you anything that you're supposed to be, you supposed to be here. So where your confidence at to come knock at my damn door? I don't care what I said before this. Like, the memes are me. I ain't really going out. What's out there? I ain't got no money to go out there either. He's like, do you think I want a deal? Do you hear what these men be saying? Well, the man that I want is saying this. And I don't want him. Like, and I don't think he the only man doing it. Like, her process of elimination and like getting to where she want to get to is very she just be finding them too, like, and she not even searching. She is not putting nothing in no search boxes about how to find it. She should be coming to her. She be like, and it's never a thought, like they telling you here I go, like shoot your shot. And she like, no, I did that before already, and like you here for information unless you here for something totally different. And then you like, how many men done shot they shot? And that shit was bounced back by somebody else, or somebody else grabbed it because she like, because she heard, or because her team was like, yeah, her team, whatever way it was. Demons and angels, like, it's a battle. Especially she left from whatever, like, the niggas kidnapped her. Very clear that they kidnapped her ass up there. They had her for a couple centuries or something. And she was like, hey, I don't know, like, you trying to keep me safe or protected or like while we up here and she very like she loyal, she a Luna. If you read those, like that was Werewolves was a big one. But like I'm like very, very protective of our people for the fact that she stood up to them for them. Like we up here. And they clearly like it's some stuff going on down there. And if you sending me down here and I gotta be this defenseless, what we call babies, because now how many parents looking at their kids a little different? Like the fuck going on in your head? I should be talking to them babies, but it's cool because she don't even know no better. She talk to them babies like they people. Like she don't do no goo goo gaga. She heard that baby and was like, hey baby. Hey, what you doing? Like, you good? And the words that was coming out her mouth were very deliberate, and like whatever that baby was probably getting, that baby was they was communicating. So she's very gentle. She's just like, so you gon' freaking hurt my kids, essentially, like, and like because I got this lifestyle up here, I didn't even realize that that exists down there. Then you sent me down there a couple times. Like, what did you think it was? Did somebody not send you a memo? Then you got to think about them kingdoms and shit. Like he had to have how much help at some point in time when his kingdom got so big that he had to rely on other information. So like if he didn't have the right people in there, then them kingdoms was gonna fall because people in the out inside. She always say that like we do not fucking we don't they don't beat us from the outside. It's from the inside. So one of them get inside. You like oh wait. And then it's like how fortified is everybody else? Like everybody else feel like that maybe about them because she feel very passionate about black people. She is like black pride. Like it don't matter what nobody think about information. Like this woman right here is very black power. Like without trying, without it being a label, it being anything. Like the love that she had for her people is just like whatever anybody think that is, and she try to include all of them. Like it's very clear all of them my people. Who are you to tell him that he can't be who he is because of your biases and whatever the hell you think that he's supposed to want or not, or to anybody? Like because they supposed to reproduce. What? They don't want to, clearly. Like that's not, if they do, then it's somebody that they can help out here. Even if it come in a community format. So that man, like, yeah, some stuff should be checked out, but who because it should be checked out. Because like your bias isn't checked enough to be like, all right, this might be concerning. And is it because it's like you don't think it's appropriate and maybe some stuff is not? I don't know everything. I'm one person. Yeah, I'm God, and God had help too. Like that's why you got all them angels they be sending over there to y'all or whatever you believe in. Cause she is, it's me. Tell me I can't have multiple men. Like you see how many babies we have. You see how many people I've been taking care of effortlessly, even though it's been an effort. Like, and I try very hard to make sure. I don't even try hard, but I try to make sure people get attention and I get my breaks and everything. Like, you like, oh, when people be like, well, all she can say is when she have her baby or blah, she like, yes. And I'm thinking you gotta respect that as anybody that want kids and want your kids to be able to like who would I have been if my environment was right? She is trying to be that for herself, and she just like it started right here. Like, who got information? It's out there, but like she very aware that everything that come like it's a lot out there. What come across your screen? And she know that's the question, but she just assumed that like the people she coming across everything they come like they got the same stuff coming across their screen and they filtering through the same thing. It's like, no, baby girl. I mean, even the way that she sees stuff is like, maybe to you, that's how you want to see it, because other people be seeing it different, and they be seeing, we gotta get you. You gotta get out of there. And like, are you ruined or not? It's like, what's your definition? Then she very good with people, because people want answers. She like, I ain't give you none, and don't call me. Like, why you want to call me now? Because I'm talking. Because I very clearly asked a lot of questions, and yeah, so don't be trying to, I don't have to talk to nobody. Whatever is back there, stay back there. Because what? What? Why now for anything? Shoot. But anywho, it's cool being in the head in this environment because it's very, you can see a lot. And then you have to just question yourself as a person because, like, if your nose is turned down at that or whatever it is, like, especially if you came from the hood, how far removed are you from some stuff? And then everybody really got for those that feel disdain because she's a single black woman and she broke and on welfare and she ain't got no kids and y'all think she ain't got no responsibilities, but it's like, why does she have to have any more responsibilities because we were told that this is the age appropriate time to have responsibilities when it wasn't the age appropriate time to have responsibilities. She had a whole lot of them for everybody in that daggone community, for real. Because a lot of people should have lost jobs and a lot of stuff. Like, it should have been a whole different environment. And since it wasn't, she picked up the slack for a lot of people and held that shit down effortlessly with the, like, as a little girl, being able to get away from grown men and men or whatever with you and your brother, like, because she feel whatever was happening when they were kids, however close to the spiritual realm that they were embodying some power. Like, them ancestors was literally tapping in from the other side for them. Like, they were infused with ancestral blood. Cause to feel it, like, they were not. Then you gotta be like, who are kids? Like, damn. The and then it's like, is that all kids? And you try to remember how you felt or what your childhood, because they had a lot of shots at. And it's like, what was happening in that period where you had My Girl, and that was like a popular movie for them, like My Girl, the Immature, like they music, and just like Lil Sammy, and then like the sadness that she was able to see. So it was like, what was that even put out there, like, to go listen to them songs from different demographics of what the words meant to you in each space. And it was like kind of really soul piercing and sad. It was like, and she had a thing to go back and listen to him. She's like, do I even want to? Like, but it's like, why was I vibing out and could identify with that so long? And it's like, you were stealing somebody's ancestors through music, through that song. Like, somebody lost their fucking soulmate, and like, that shit passed. Like, she knew them, or that it was like a ballad sung across a freaking what, a battalion that had died, a war, like, man, the ones that knew that something was coming and didn't make it, like, cause that was very, it's like, she's like, who the fuck is giving these kids this stuff to sing? Like, how is that affecting them? You just, I'm trying to figure out, like, why, how to make any of this shit okay. Like, if we took it back from the beginning, cause if we say we taught some stuff and it was twisted up, and yeah, so like, what was it in the beginning before it got disgusting? Like, before these words was introduced to our system, like, I didn't have any of this until you brought it to me. And now that you brought it to me, like, everything is horrible. And I knew some stuff. She definitely knew some stuff, even if she didn't know. And it's very interesting to see, like, how when that was introduced to your system, on what side of the fence was you on? Who was it? You thought it was okay? Because clearly she was a mouthy little girl. Like, they clearly, it was thought to be okay. Or was it ancestral, like, um, sacred rights and stuff, and you like, nah, y'all don't get to use that. Was it? But is it fair? Like, if it's passing through them, if it's passing through her, is it passing through them? And it was like, yeah, but y'all had passed enough. Like, y'all just kept passing. At that time, y'all was being bullies because you handle that shit somewhere else. Burn that. If you feel like if someone of your ancestors wanted to burn one of your own damn kids or your that man or whoever. Like, why the fuck would you? What? Yeah. And then you want to cry like she made it out of that. She made it out of that. Like, and however you feel like broken looks, and if you look at her and you think she broken, that's one way. And maybe, she can be, because she going to take you through a journey. Depending on who you are, who your ego is, what you think, where you think you done came from, what you think somebody could have said, what you think she could have said or did, but she ain't said or did nothing about to nobody. Nope. She very protective and she very loyal, and some stuff she don't even know she be talking about. She just be saying it and that shit be coming true, whatever that may mean. She said that shit like it's like Birdie sent her information. That shit resonated. So whatever anybody, cause you got copycat, like a little copycat. And in one perspective, like somebody meant that shit as an insult, but you like, yeah, I guess so. But the information just resonates like anything else. Like somebody said something, and whatever filter it got under, and it was supposed to. It was like somebody was sending her a message, and somebody said something that triggered it. And she said that shit like, oh, this is blah 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 blah. And she said it was like, and so even as a fan, if you thought like, yeah, we knew that, nah, she like. And she said that shit so casually, whoever went back. But it stopped right there for her when she said it. Like, she knew she was being, like, it was maybe being a little defiant, but she didn't even look at it as, like, consciously being defiant. Or she did, but it was like, I know somebody might not like that. Or I know it might be a little controversial, but I don't really understand why. If I think it's the truth, boom, I said it. Like, that's how she is. Like, yeah, like somebody might not like it, but so what if you don't like it if it's the truth? Like you don't have to like it. I don't like a lot of stuff that people say and whatever that shit your truth, I take that shit. I say what I gotta say, I take that shit and I figure out how, if it's gonna work for me at all or how to dump it or like cause old girl was been confident, like I know a lot of shit happened to me and she's like, I ain't never played victim in my life. Like, even though technically I got the right, I've been a victim to a whole lot of shit. And I ain't never really look at myself as a victim. It's like, damn, what you look at, like, why is that word, like, so strong? Why do people be feeling it's like, oh, the energy attached to that is, like, broken and, or over trying, or, cause you be like, oh, you was trying too hard. She like, that's the best definition of confidence and arrogance. It's just right there. Like I am who I am, and that's what it is. And don't nobody get to tell me what that look like to me for me to be the best me that I am. Like I'm perfect here today, because today in this moment, this is the best that I wanted for me. And if that's not attractive to you at any point in time, if you look at me at any point in time and think that like I'm not attractive in this, where you would think you not want to be with me, where you would look at me like out the side of your eye, where you would want to be mean to me or say something or anything that would hurt me and my feelings in any way, if you can't figure out a way to be gentle with me no matter what is happening in my world, no matter what may happen, no matter how sad I may get if something hit me, because I'm trying to be strong. I done, try to do a lot of stuff, but hell, I'm still the person, and I might be in some situations and I don't know how it might affect me, and I'm being introduced to a lot of new stuff. So, like, be gentle. And even if it wasn't, like, why would you not want to make sure that you can be gentle with me? So that means check your ego way before you get here out the door. Like, get rid of that shit and be willing to have my best interest at heart, because I'm going to try to do the same to you. So all I want is the truth at any moment, and let me process that and figure out what that's going to be. That's all I ask for, freedom. Don't you want freedom? Don't you, like, let's see what that can be together, because I think I got a lot to offer. Well, shit, I know I do, even if I don't know how to articulate it. But essentially, do I need to? What's your people telling you and over there? Because at this point, you like, I'm not talking. Like, if it's anybody in here that want my attention, I ain't reaching out to nobody. And she lightweight brilliant, because she lightweight put out a challenge like, oh, what kind of movies did she like as a kid? Or just period. Because she like, whoever you are, I expect that you got the resources to figure out where my broke ass is at, if that's what you thinking. If you think you coming in to save me or you gonna do anything, come in and see if you can get it. Like, I'm protected back there. See if you can make it through. And then we can talk. Like, I ain't coming out there. I don't want to be bumping into, like, How bold are you? How free are you? How real are you? How serious are you? She asking anybody how serious they are. She's like, if you serious, you gonna let me know it. How wealthy do you think you are? And just because you wealthy don't mean I gotta be your type, and that's cool too, because there's somebody back there, a couple of somebodies apparently, because Terrell keeps saying something, whether I think it's for me or my mediumship abilities is going on, and because I'm so open still, because whatever is happening, like people just feeding off that and getting whatever, like I ain't worried about none of that shit. I know that I put some stuff in writing, and I've been being very patient and very awesome and very good, and planting some things and doing life just like not even thinking about this shit. Even when I tap in with my personal tarot breeders, I'm like, hey, let me know what my ancestors need to tell me, because I don't really got no questions. I just felt like I needed to check in with a third party, not even knowing what she opening up. But you gotta be like, she like, I gotta have some trust somewhere, and because it is this way, like this, cause this is where they called me to. But she be called to where she going. She don't even put up a resistance. I mean, hey, it make it. She went to freaking Asia, and you know how yeah, you know how spiritual and galactic Asia is for real. And she tapped into a lot of stuff over there. She did. She experienced a lot in the very 2 weeks she was there. Yeah, so it's the end of this.